Before we start the video, if you don't mind hitting like and subscribe, I want to start 2023 off with a bang. I can be more consistent with uploading, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. 2 days ago, I got to see the new DreamWorks movie, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And I just want to talk about it for a bit, talk about its themes, its meanings, and overall what I thought about the movie. Puss in Boots is probably the first animated movie that made me feel so many emotions since Spider-Verse. And I've actually seen a lot of comparisons between the two movies on Twitter and just overall online discourse saying that they're on par with each other. That's actually one of the main reasons. I mean, I did enjoy the first Puss in Boots movie, but I don't think I was ever anticipating a sequel. But it's mostly because of the positive reception that this movie was getting that I really wanted to see it. Now, I love Spider-Verse. I really love Into the Spider-Verse. I do think, personally, it's a better film. But I do really like Puss in Boots, and I do think comparisons are merit. I do think it's in the same tier of quality. Even if I do think Spider-Verse is significantly better, I still think it's in that same tier of, that same realm of just great animated movies. Puss in Boots has a great theme, a great message to both kids and adults alike. The message about valuing your own life and what you have. Every character has a major flaw, a major character flaw, a major problem in this movie that they overcome. And these character flaws get amplified by this message. Puss in Boots is cocky, arrogant, stubborn, and doesn't value his own life or his own mortality. Because of his 9 lives, he never had to. He was never afraid of actually dying because he had a spare life in his back pocket. It's because of that he didn't value his own life, and because of his own recklessness, he got a visit from death. Kitty Softpaws has the same issue. I'm not talking about the arrogance or the stubbornness. I'm talking about she doesn't value an aspect of life that's really important, and that's trust. She doesn't trust anyone. She lives a very lonely, self-isolated, self-hating life. Her inability to trust makes her untrustable, which is why Goldilocks and the 3 Bears get involved, because she ends up betraying them. She ends up betraying Jack. She's such a self-hating person, or cat, I guess. She doesn't trust anyone, which then inadvertently makes herself untrustable. Then when Goldilocks and 3 Bears get involved, Goldilocks is selfish and she wants to have a human family. She never tells this to the bears. All they knew is that she wanted the witch to make her life better, to make things, quote unquote, everything right. But it was a selfish desire because she already had a family. And she never tells this to the bears because they knew they wouldn't approve of it. But when they eventually find out, they're heartbroken. Which is, again, another occurrence of not valuing what you have in your life, a family. For a kids movie, this is some pretty deep characterization for fairy tale creatures. And I do like these characters' foils to Perito and John, because Perito and John are a foil of themselves, right? Perito is a purely good and John is a chaotically evil. They're the people. They don't have any complexity to them. And we find this out with the conversation with the cricket, that John's just purely evil with no reason, even though he had a great childhood, right? These two are great foils not only each other, but the rest of the cast. And while I can't really put it into my mind right now why they were foils, like what's that supposed to represent in the broader meaning, I do think it's just interesting to point out that I'm guessing it's because these characters amplify the rest of the cast and their desires. Anyways, eventually all these parties journey out to get their wish, to find the star, that grants their wish, and the confrontations and the conclusion of all these arcs are so satisfying and even surprisingly emotional. Goldilocks' character arc completes with her reassurance of that she gives up her wish to save the youngest bear and realized at that moment that she was just being stubborn. She was reassured about everything that she had, and the scene where she tells that to the bears and they're just so relieved, they're so emotional, everything, it really is a powerful scene, and I literally teared up. I actually this movie, I think it's the first animated movie to make me tear up, because Spider-Verse wasn't really sad. It was more like epic, and that was the first movie that gave me goosebumps and chills. This was the first movie to actually make me tear up. Goldilocks' journey was about valuing the life that you have. Southpaw's and Puss's relationship was cute, even though I do think it's the weakest conclusion out of the main arcs. And Puss coming to his own and being satisfied with his last life was also a really powerful moment. And that final fight scene with Death is actually really fucking cool. I thought it was animated well, it was choreographed really well. That in the first fight was actually really cool, and the wolf Death himself, he was pretty cool too. But that whole final fight was just Puss coming to his own, being satisfied with his last life, and really just be grateful that he has it and be able to live it with the people that he loves, which is, again, another powerful moment. Perito was fun and cute, definitely the heart of the movie, and I would argue the stepping stone for these character arcs to move the way they did, because without Perito, I really doubt Puss and Gatito would. Gatito, I meant Kitty. Sorry, that's Spanish in me. Really doubt that Puss and Kitty would have reconciled and find the new purpose that they have now. Everything else in this movie is amazing, by the way. The voice acting was flawless. The animation is great. Like, actually amazing. It's really pretty, really visually stunning. This is a kids movie, so some jokes might not land, but a lot of them did for me. I actually found myself chuckling a lot. But just bear in mind, you won't probably find this to be the funniest if you're not into that kid humor. Overall, if you were a fan of the first movie, which I really was, I actually really loved that movie as a kid, or any of the Shrek movies, which I still really like, then I'm sure you're going to like this movie. It's got great action, stunning visuals, and a lot of heart. I highly recommend Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Anyways, what did you think of Puss in Boots? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think it was a mid? Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for everything movies, and I will see you next time.